3, 2, 1, action!
Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of Things on PowerDrift, and I finally have Varun on the casting couch. Oh no, I didn't mean casting couch. That's a different video series we might make. This is just a couch. Nonetheless, jokes aside, today is the 24th of September. That's the day we are shooting this. It's also the day the iPhone 13 Pro Max, 13 Pro, iPhone 13, the new iPhone has been officially launched in India. And the most expensive iPhone on sale now is the iPhone 13 Pro Max 1TB version.
That's correct.
Which is 1,79,000 rupees. So it's both the kidneys now. You can't just have one kidney from an iPhone. What we thought we'd do though is decide what we could go out and buy cars, two-wheelers.
Of course.
For the exact same amount of money. 1,79,000 rupees, 1,80,000 rupees.
So I think to kick things off, I have my list of motorcycles, Cyrus has list of cars, but with what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into 3 and 3. So the 3 new bikes that you can buy in the market right now and the 3 second-hand bikes that are value for money at that price range. So kicking things off is the first motorcycle. It's not exactly about 1,80,000 rupees, but it's still a really good motorcycle that we have tested, and that is the Apache RTR 200 4V, the new one. The reason why it's good is because it rides well, it handles well, it's got preload adjustability.
And it's got a name as long as the new iPhone.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point. So it's a really good motorcycle. In fact, we compare it to the NS200 where we were in a heated argument, Shumi and I. Gantantra ji, if you remember, if you don't, then please do check it out at the end of this video. But I think the RTR 200 in this day and age is so much more polished. You get so much more option in terms of performance, like adjustable suspension at the front, and it just looks a lot sharper now. So overall, as a package, at about 1.3435 lakh rupees, I think it's a great value for money proposition. So number 1 on the list is going to be the Apache RTR 200 4V.
Obviously, you aren't going to get any brand new cars in this price point. Even the Tata Nano, when it was new, X factory was that 1 lakh rupee price point, which was also, what, 10, 12?
Aram se,
12 years ago.
Long ago.
A long time ago. Now, the used car market right now is the hottest it's ever been. I've never seen prices as high as they are and a shortage of cars as crazy as it is right now. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one body style each, and I'm going to sort of keep it to one car per manufacturer. I'm going to repeat manufacturer.
Oh, I thought you were saying body style matlab humans, but okay, I get it.
So large. Right. So let's start with the hatchback, because obviously everybody who's looking for like a starter car, used car, is looking for a small hatchback. And I think the best 1.8-ish lakh rupee hatchback you can buy is a first generation Swift. Now, if you can get a diesel VDI ABS first generation Swift with the factory fitted alloy wheels, that's the one to jump on. If not, the ZXi first gen facelift, whatever, is definitely something you can buy in that sort of price point. But remember, as far as possible, the ones with ABS, because that's the one that's, well, more usable, it's safer, etc., etc. What more do I need to say about the Swift? The diesel engine's great, the DDIS, bulletproof. The really early Swifts, the 2005-6 ones, have the G13 engine, which is the older one. The later ones have the K12. You might get both in that sort of price point, but you will get a clean one. And it's really, for somebody who's starting out with like a used car,
it's a great bike.
It's as good as a car can get.
Awesome. Number 2 on my list is going to be a motorcycle that has nothing wrong with it, and it's coming from Suzuki. That's the SF250, the fed version. When I rode it, there's literally nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
The engine's great, economy is great, the ergonomics are great.
It looks nice.
It looks nice.
Different.
I mean, it looks subjective, but
looks different.
Looks different, especially with the whole MotoGP X-Star
the
paint
blue
theme.
one,
Yeah, that's correct. Ergos are great, handles great, brakes are great. I mean, that's it. It's just good at everything. Yeah, but there's something missing in terms of connection with the heart. But there's absolutely no problem with the motorcycle, and if you're looking for a motorcycle in that price tag, I think the SF250 is a great option, and that's number 2 on my list.
Okay. Second one, sedan. Obviously, let's go a little bit bigger, a little bit larger. I initially thought maybe I'd go with the Honda City, but
yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah, that's the logical thing. That's what you'd expect me, right?
Exactly.
But no, I found something that's larger, as reliable, maybe a little bit more reliable, the Toyota Corolla. Now, Yes. Now, if you're lucky, you might get an Altis in that kind of a budget, especially if you're buying it from somebody who's known and who's willing to give you a bit of a discount. But if you can't get an Altis, that's the 2007 Altis, then a first gen facelift Toyota Corolla fully loaded, easily for 1.8 lakh rupees.
What are you saying?
You do find some really nice gems, low mileage run cars again, I mean, you can get them as low as like 80,000-90,000 bucks sometimes.
Yeah.
Those are avoidable. But
Yeah.
you know, you can get a really good Corolla. They're absolutely bulletproof. You're not looking at an enthusiast list here, okay? I'm looking at cars which are sensible,
Yes.
which will go on and they won't cost you a penny to keep up,
That's
and they still are a decent amount of fun to drive. So
Yep.
second one on my list, a Toyota Corolla.
Awesome. The third one on my list is something that has been launched super recently. It's the R15 V4. Now, the R15
But
has,
the M or the normal one?
I mean, it's more of an aesthetic job. But the R15 in general, the new one, is just a fresher model.
Yeah.
And the R15, all throughout its life, has just been such a super motorcycle.
yeah.
I mean, the engine, the chassis, the way it handles, it used to get great tires, those slim tires, but back in 2008, it used to get slim tires, but they used to perform brilliantly well. And through the years, it's just gotten better. So earlier, it used to look small, maybe a little disproportionate, more for function than form.
Yeah.
But then it just got better, got more Indianized. So then you had the raised seat, pillion
Yeah,
seat at the
the
rear. A lot
V2.
more sports bike, yeah. First floor seat, as it's called.
I really like the way the R15 looks,
Right now?
rides, like
Yeah,
earlier, the earlier ones.
That's correct.
And I don't think there's been a bad, has there been a
No.
bad R15? I don't think there's ever been a
never,
bad R15.
never,
right?
never. I mean, the S might be a little bit of a question mark because then they went back in time and decided,
Yeah.
decided
But
to go for
otherwise,
comfort.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's such a great package, and below the 2 lakh rupee mark, the R15 for what it has to offer, just in terms of experience, is a brilliant motorcycle. Now, of course, today, as of today, we haven't ridden the V4 yet, nor have we ridden the M version. That's going to be coming up on PowerDrift very soon. But with what we know about the R15, it's just a really good motorcycle. And with the changes that Yamaha has made to the V4 in terms of getting it an aluminum swing arm, there are changes to the handlebar. I think the riding experience for me, and it's a fair assumption to make, it's just going to be a whole lot better.
Yeah. Now, the thing with SUVs is everybody wants an SUV, right? That's why like early Fortuners are still 8-9 lakh rupees. It's absurd how much.
Crazy pricing.
I mean, it's crazy how they hold their resale value. There is something though that is in that price point, always been more affordable in the second-hand market.
Can I guess? Is it the Scorpio?
No, it isn't. You could get a Scorpio, like a really early CRD Scorpio.
Yeah.
The really early ones you should avoid because the suspension wasn't exactly the best. But slightly later ones, especially the ones with the facelift,
Correct.
the bigger tail lights,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
nicer.
yeah.
But no, what I thought I'd do is just mix it up a little bit here
Okay.
and go a little bit more premium with the offering. So, do you want to guess? You want to guess? No?
I've
no?
got nothing,
All right.
yeah.
Honda CRV. Now, not the first generation, okay?
Hmm.
Not the very boxy looking ones.
Correct.
Get one from 2007 to 2011. Now, 2011 will be very difficult to get because 2010 and 11 is the facelift version, and the way you differentiate the facelift is the fog light moves into the bumper instead of the little black cladding on the bottom. It's the easiest way to make out.
Okay.
But even the earlier ones, the pre-facelift ones, they are super comfortable. They are really expensive to maintain though, and fuel economy is really quite. But nonetheless, it is a nice, big, comfy, and if you get a nice, clean one, they look really classy. They just look nice. Okay, I mean, they even make me look decent. But look, it's gonna be a tough find. You can get them, but it's gonna be a tough find. I'm gonna throw in a little bonus here, just for fun's sake. If you are who likes compromises for the sake of coolness, for 2 lakhs, you can get a really nice Gypsy.
Oh.
Just throwing that in. Not on my list, because I would prefer a CRV today.
But you can still get the Gypsy.
But you can get a Gypsy. I mean, you can get carb buns all day long, MPFI maybe not. So that's number 3 on my list.
Awesome. So I'm done with my list of the new vehicles that you can buy, the new motorcycles that you can buy. We'll take a look at the second-hand motorcycles that you can buy at about 1.8 lakh rupees. Now, of course, there's going to be some difference because prices will differ from, say, 1.4 to 2 lakh rupees, depending on the condition of the motorcycle. But the first one on this particular list is going to be the RR310. Now, the RR310, when I rode, you had it, right? You have one. Yeah, he has one. Now, the RR310, when I first rode it at MMRT, I came back with a whole bunch of complaints saying that this is what needs to improve and there's just vibration and blah, blah, and all of those things. But TVS is one of those manufacturers who actually listens to what we have to say. So they went back to the drawing board. Next year, they came back with a polished motorcycle. The year after that, they came back with probably the motorcycle or the RR310 that should have been in the first place. And most recently, they launched the RR310 with the BTO package, the build to order package. So yeah, Shumi's ridden the motorcycle recently, and yeah, I mean, in terms of mechanical issues and you know those vibrations and all of that, everything seems to be sorted. And the build to order is just like a little sprinkle on top saying that ये हम आपको offer करते हैं, चाहिए तो ले लो. And it's at a decent price as well. So number one on that list is going to be the RR310. You get a second hand about the older generations go for about 1.4, 1.3 if you look up online. The newer ones will probably go for about 1.8, 2.2, somewhere around 2 lakh rupees. But I think that price tag is a sweet price tag for a motorcycle that in its present generation is pretty good.
That's the one with the color screen. The one
That's correct.
About,
right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I barely ride mine, but it puts a smile every time I ride it because it's got like riding modes and stuff.
Yeah.
And I know he makes fun of me every time because I don't like to ride it in the rain because I don't think bikes should be ridden in the rain. But Varun and Shumi are going to completely slaughter me for this. Anyways, I've forgotten what the next car
Number
is.
one, the fourth one on your list.
Oh yes, premium. Like a little more premium.
Okay.
Okay, so the CRV is like a mixture of premium and SUV, but it's more SUV than premium.
Correct.
Number 4 on my list, and this also is a car you can have a lot of fun with if you buy the right base, and you can put in a whole bunch of money and make it really, really quick. The Skoda Laura. No, I'm not choosing it because of the name. I am choosing it because it's a really, really good platform to do a whole bunch of stuff with. You want a 300 horsepower car, you can get one. You want a diesel that chugs along effortlessly all day long on the highway, you can get one of those as well. Get the facelift, the more modern, the better. Get one with some sort of dealer history, obviously, because they are sometimes manhandled a little bit. I mean, the pre-facelift looked really cool with all its squarish stance, but I think the facelift looks that little bit better. I really like that light greenish color that they had in that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember in 2009, we drove one from Mumbai to Bengaluru. And we did it in a time which is not something I'm going to mention here. So,
but Laura's a good car, yeah?
It is a really good car. It's solid. It's really, really solid.
And it's got scope for modifications as well? Like,
huge.
Yeah.
I mean, the number of things you can do to that car is absurd. And it's just very European, very, very solid. It just feels great.
Great, awesome. So after the Skoda Laura, I'm going to jump on to the second motorcycle in my second-hand motorcycling list, and that's going to be the 390 Duke.
I mean, that has to be there on that list.
How can you forget the 390 Duke? There's a new series that is coming up on PowerDrift where we're talking about personal vehicles, and Shumi spoken about his 390 Duke, which is essentially a first-gen 390 Duke, and it still is such a good motorcycle. Dude, I'm telling you, if I had the money right now and if I had to buy like a small capacity motorcycle, eyes closed, I will go for the 390 Duke.
Yeah, why don't you just buy mine?
Okay, we'll talk after this video cuts, but the 390 Duke is just a fun motorcycle.
For you, special price. Just for, I mean, I had the 390 Duke, which we sold, and I bought the RR310. Not that I ride a lot in any case, okay? I know I made a blunder 10 years down the line. I know I'm going to regret it probably, but well.
But even after it's gotten its BS6 change and people are expecting the fun quotient to go down a little,
I don't
but
think so,
no.
It's complete hooligan.
Like every time, even after I ride a big motorcycle and ride the 390 Duke, I am so happy. It's just a fun motorcycle, especially when you look at after sales service. It's just
Mod
so
potential,
bloody cheap, dude. So bloody cheap.
And just the versatility of that one. I mean, people track it, people go off-road with it.
Yeah, man. Put on a good pair of tires, you can go take it to the track. Otherwise, it's good in the city. I mean, Shumi's been touring on it for the longest time that I've known. And it's just a very good overall motorcycle. So if you are in the market looking for a used 390 Duke and if you're getting it for around the 1.6, 1.8 lakh mark,
and this is the second generation one that we're talking about.
Absolutely.
The earlier ones are much cheaper. They're definitely
earlier ones will go for around
sub 1 lakh rupee bikes for sure.
Sub 1 lakh for sure. The newer ones will go around 1.7, 1.8.
Yeah.
But
and
irrespective of that,
it's absolute bang for your buck.
100%. 390 Duke, double thumbs up.
Yeah.
Double thumbs up.
Last one on my list, and this is for somebody who's feeling brave. I think that's the easiest way of saying it. Luxury car for 1.8 lakh rupees.
For 1.8?
Yeah. Luxury car. Like to hazard a guess?
Can I guess the manufacturer first? BMW?
You'd be very, very lucky to get any BMW for that kind
Mercedes.
of money. Mercedes-Benz, yes. A W203 C-Class, the one with the egg-shaped headlights. They don't have the biggest fan base, I know. And you can get a very rare manual version of that car, was made and sold in India. There are a few of them running around. You see them on the internet once in a while. So if you want to have a rear-wheel drive, just want to be cool, say, oh, I have a rear-wheel drive car for like really dirt cheap, that's the one to get. Now, Yes, it is a Mercedes-Benz. You're going to have Mercedes-Benz service costs, you're going to have Mercedes-Benz parts costs, etc. The advantage that you can have is the fact that because so many of them have been uncared for so many years,
Correct.
there are a lot of scrapped out cars, so there are a lot of parts in the used market
Nice.
to actually go and scavenge. So if you find a really clean set, I'm not a gigantic fan of the way that looks, okay, I'm going to be very clear, but it does give you that badge.
Dude, a Mercedes at 1.8 lakh rupees.
I mean, you can get them cheaper. My suggestion, get a facelift, a better build. Stay away from the compressor. It's a little more complicated, the supercharger. Get the diesel, absolutely bulletproof. Just nothing goes wrong at all with those engines.
Awesome, and here I would like to do a shameless integration of cardekho.com. If you're looking for second-hand cars in the
cars.
market, go to cardekho.com, and with that I'll get my raise as well. Anyway, we'll move on to the final vehicle in this list. Has to be a motorcycle, and that's going to be the Interceptor 650.
Wait. Really? Already at 1.8?
Easy.
Really?
Easy. So here's the story. 2018, when we first rode it in California,
Flex.
Flex, and we went out to the highway and we did our first 100 kilometers, and we came to a stop, and all of us kind of huddled together and like, dude, ये तो बहुत smooth है ना? Like
Is this a Royal Enfield?
Yeah, is this a Royal Enfield? And everybody came back surprised, and that's how good modern day Royal Enfields are.
Yeah.
And it started off actually with the Interceptor and the Conti GT.
Can you get a Conti GT for 1.8 lakhs?
Doubtful, because that's still the more expensive of the two.
Also, it's art.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah.
I love looking at my motorcycles more than riding them.
Yeah.
I know I'm weird.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know what I'd do is I get a cheaper Continental GT 650 someday,
And
buy that race fairing, put it in my hall.
He's weird. Yeah, but talking about Interceptor 650, back when Royal Enfield launched the motorcycle, the whole point was to get the on-road price of the motorcycle below 3 lakh rupees.
Yeah.
Which is like three years ago, 3.5 years ago.
That was revolutionary at the time, wasn't it?
Absolutely. So if you are looking for a motorcycle which belongs to 2018, something around the 1.7, 1.8 lakh mark is a no-brainer, especially if you're looking specifically
Have
for
there
a
been
Royal Enfield.
upgrades since then?
BS6 has happened.
Visually or like?
No. Yeah, I mean BS6 things have gotten a little smoother.
Okay.
But even in the BS4 Avatar, it still was a smooth motorcycle, a pretty refined motorcycle. If you're specifically looking for a Royal Enfield in the market, and if you have that budget, then a second-hand Interceptor 650 will fit the bill.
Okay, so I was supposed to do 5 of these.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw in
Even I've got one more before we close this off.
No, you're not allowed one more.
Yeah, one more. Come on.
Okay, I'm going to throw in a little joker card here. And I'm going to, so we've done the sensible stuff, right? We've done the hatchback and sedan, slightly sensible SUV, sort of sensible premium car and not so sensible luxury car. I'm going to go completely off the charts and say if you want a classic car, a sort of pseudo classic, future classic, modern classic, however you want to put it, the 3 cars in this range, in this price point, which you will get, one would be a slightly raggedy Fiat 1100, like an earlier Fiat 1100, or a really, I mean, I'm talking about like absolutely perfect premium Padmini for this kind of budget, or you can get yourself a nice Ambassador, maybe not the Mark 1 or not a Landmaster, but like a Mark 2, Mark 3, stuff like that. Or you can literally go and get yourself the best Maruti 800 SS80, which is the first one, which is commonly called the Dinky. I have seen them around the 1.8 lakh rupee range, but they're absurd. Nobody's going to give, I mean, please don't pay 1.8 lakhs for a Dinky, okay?
Yeah.
Don't pay that sort of money.
Yeah.
But you can get a really clean one for like 1.2, 1.3, 1.5 if you really want to push it low mileage. Absolutely perfect. I'm talking about a car that's mint that can go and stand in a showroom right now and it'll be perfect, right?
Yeah.
So that's 3 cars to get you into the classic game, and that's the end of my list.
Okay, one motorcycle that I would like to talk about is going to be a premium. No, it's a premium motorcycle. Premium, yeah. So we're going to talk about one premium motorcycle. It might be a little expensive sourcing spares now for that particular motorcycle, but it's the first gen Ninja 650.
Oh yes!
First gen Ninja 650, but I personally would not recommend it because it did not have ABS, and I think ABS is an important element in a motorcycle now, 100%. But you can get a first gen Ninja 650 for as low as under 2 lakh rupees.
I mean, it's a big bike.
And if you believe in the sticker that no ABS, we die like real men,
that's
then
rubbish, total nonsense. But yeah, I mean, they're decently quick motorcycles, aren't they?
And you're getting a Kawasaki, you're getting a 650 for under 2 lakh rupees, and if you think that it makes sense for you, test ride one if you get one and just buy it. Yeah. But that brings an end to my list as well. That brings an end to this
video.
episode as well.
What do you think about this new sort of format? Very talkative, very chilled out. I mean, literally, it's a vibe that's
Absolutely.
chilled.
Yeah, but the iPhone is here. The top of the line thing is at 1.8 lakh
flagship.
rupees, and this was our list in terms of motorcycles and cars. The motorcycles that you can buy at about 1.8 lakh rupees, and the cars that you can buy at the same price.
If you want us to do more of this sort of stuff, throw in your ideas literally in the comments.
Yeah, we'll do it for sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
literally just us talking about cars and bikes because we have nothing
better to do. Yeah.
And we like doing it.
Yeah, we absolutely love doing it.
So I think we're going to wrap it up here.
100%.
Thank you so much for watching. Varun's going to stay on the casting couch for now. And we're going to call this an end.